2019, and it is the first semifinal. It's between Nigeria and Mali. Well, the fans showing up here to watch the first semifinal, and they are going to be watching two of the best teams without a doubt. Nigeria and Mali are a couple of established powerhouses, of course. Nigeria, the defending champions of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket. And they beat Mali, in fact, in Mali a couple years ago in the semifinals in a thriller. And here's the action for today. We've already watched two comfort behind wins by the Democratic Republic of Congo and also Angola to clinch spots in the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics. And after this one, it'll be the host nation, Senegal, taking the floor. And that'll be the main event, obviously, as they go up against Mozambique, at least for the people that are piling into the arena. So if you want to get ready, wipe your face, get ready for this one. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Azania Stewart. The paella was good, the fish was good at lunch, and now we're ready to rock and roll the business end of the tournament here, the semifinals.
Yeah, my hanger has definitely gone after that last exciting game that we dealt with. But tonight, like you've said, the defending champions here in Nigeria have truly been the strongest looking team. Their bench is very, very strong. You know, last game, the 1-2 punch was Kalu and Elenu. They both had, one had 4 steals and the other had 5 steals. Elenu had 11 points to join with those 4 steals, and Kalu 17 points. She's truly their best player at the moment, playing very, very well. But Mali has, you know, in the past, 2017, they did see each other at this point in the tournament, and only Nigeria beat them by 1. Here you see Tuti Gandega, your favorite player, number 8. She is really, really, really good, and their engine. So Mali needs her to come out early. They've got some good vets in there. Koulibaly rebounding pretty well. So overall, Mali is also getting better as this tournament goes along. So I think this will be a good game, but my money will be on the defending champions.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question that Nigeria are the favorites, but if Mali can come out and play their best game today, it could be interesting. And maybe they've been building for this occasion. And certainly Tuti is going to be under pressure. They're going to have to be able to solve the Nigerian pressure. That, in my opinion, that is going to be the big problem, because Nigeria have destroyed opponents with their full-court defensive pressure. And if there's one weak link in any lineup that's on the floor when it comes to beating a press, that will prove costly for Mali. So a lot of really good, talented players for Nigeria. And, of course, we watched them play and reach the quarterfinals of the World Cup. That was back in Tenerife, not even a year ago. And here they are trying to build towards a second consecutive FIBA Women's Afrobasket title, but big games still to play for them. Anyway, we're going to have pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
Nigeria.
Well, national anthems have been played, and now the players coming up to the moment of truth. They all know it. Nigeria and Mali. Coach Sylvain Lauti there. And Coach Hewley Jr. there on the Nigeria bench. So, Gebeto, Belgit, and Okach from Ethiopia, Tunisia, and Botswana on the call here for the refereeing assignments, and this will be an intense affair.
Nice lady, that Botswana referee. I sat next to her on that bus ride. Anyway.
So we're going to get a look at the rosters for both of these teams. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Azania's favorite part of it. Go ahead, Azania.
Here's Mali, and really number 8, Tuti Gangera, is really their biggest engine and lets this team go. Also their veteran presence and their captain, number 13, Maya Trera, very good presence down low. She knows, there she is as you see her on the screen. She knows when to get a basket for her team. Also number 15, Koulibaly, very, very good. So I will be impressed.
It'll be Nasir Traore, who picked up a couple of unsportsmanlike fouls in the last game and left Roko Dumbia. Hasn't done that much. Tuti Gandega, Maya Terera, and Mariam Alou Koulibaly in the starting 5.
And for Nigeria, you will see number 13, Akator there. Evelyn Akator averaging over 15 points, but their players that you have to watch out in this press is number 11, Elenu, and number 23, Kalalu. Also, they are a stealing machine. They are averaging also 10 plus points. So they probably will be in the starting line, which they are.
Yep, Elenu, Akator, Yengifa, Kalu, and Ebekwe. So Sylvain Lauti, the head coach, also used to coach the men, but now exclusively the women. He's also the GM of Nancy in France, and also coaches in Luxembourg, believe it or not. And Coach Otis Hewley Jr., he's been assistant coach in the NBA with Sacramento. He's coached high school level. He's coached Chinese Taipei. And here he is coaching the Nigerian team. And I asked him in the press conference yesterday about the evolution of this team from last year to this year. Are they getting better? Does he think that they have? And he goes, oh, we're just getting started. He's like, if we had a lot of time together, you could look out. Talked about how their performances the last couple of years has really attracted a lot of players, in fact, of Nigerian descent in America, some of them in the WNBA, and more and more players want to be a part of this program.
Well, there's definitely a nice crowd coming in here for the first semi-final. So there goes the next game, but they are here early for their seats and warming up their arena.
Well, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Dakar, Senegal. This is the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019, and this is the first semifinal between Nigeria in white and Mali in green. So Nigeria winning the opening tip and attacking the basket to the left on your screen. Mali coming out in a zone immediately. Brokia Doumbia, who plays college basketball at Arkansas, has the ball, picks up her dribble, and that's not a good thing to do, not with Nigeria. And Nigeria come up with a steal immediately. And now Evelyn Akator banks in the first 2 points.
I'm actually surprised that Mali came out in the zone, but then again, a lot of teams have managed to slow them down, but
and you already see the active hands of Nigeria forcing the turnover out of the half court. So 2 possessions for Mali and 2 turnovers, 2 steals.
And Elenu is part of those steals. She had 4 last game.
So Mali inbound the ball. And there's an issue that is going to be addressed over here between the referees. Just watched Angola come from behind to stun Egypt to clinch a spot in the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics. Earlier today, Democratic Republic of Congo also came from behind to stun Cote d'Ivoire. So yeah, I thought it was Nigeria ball, but for some reason Mali was trying to inbound it. I guess it was, we'll take what you give us. Ify Bekwe puts up the 3, and Akator, one of the top players at the World Cup last year, gets the rebound. And now the drive from Kalu, one of, if not the star performer this summer for Nigeria. She's fouled and will go to the line for a potential 3-point play. And Brokia Doumbia has been starting games for this Mali team, but she hasn't been playing many minutes, and she's already been on the receiving end here of a couple of plays at the start.
Well, Mali's struggling to rebound out of that zone. Nigeria getting 3 extra possessions and ultimately scoring, so they need to do a better job rebounding. But there we see Nigeria pressing.
That's better. So the captain, Pereira, hits the little short jump shot. He plays in Valencia in Spain. This is coming back. Yep. Coming back to the big time here is Yangifa. Missing from the corner. Yangifa going for the steal. Now Tuti pulls up. Tuti Gandega off the back of the iron. And it's Kalu. Takes it all the way, misses this, but Akator there for the follow. Hard to keep Evelyn Akator off the offensive glass.
Yeah, she's filling up the stat line already. Only a few minutes in with a rebound. Getting to the basket very easy. She is definitely one to stop.
Coach Hewley Jr. is a picture of intensity over there on the sidelines.
He definitely will coach.
Oh, Akator missed everything.
Sorry, I blinked.
Talking about an elite player at international level that happens to the best of them. And makes the second one.
It's always good to make the second one after that type of shot to show that it was by accident.
Elenu, again, you said there's active hands. Here's Koulibaly. And Pereira sneaks in there, gets the rebound. Well, you know what? All I can say is it's a good thing she's come to play because they need her. Pereira, she's going to have to play in her perfect game, I think, for her minutes out there for them to have a chance against Nigeria.
Look, here's that baseline shot.
Yangifa drills it.
Nice. We saw Elenu yesterday. She passed the ball then, but she got easy baseline shots against the zone.
Look at Tuti facing the pressure. Now Pereira open. Doumbia. Ooh. And then driving in And Nasira misses, but
Koulibaly.
cleaning up the mess. Yep. Young center Koulibaly. Nigeria with the early advantage. Kalu again, this time Ify Bekwe. They like that corner. Nigeria, the Tigress. And Lauti says, I've seen enough. We've got to rotate. We've got to make a change.
Well, that's the thing with the zone. You either shoot them out of it or you get easy penetration. Here you see she's wide open. Mali just too slow on their rotation in the zone there. So do they stay in it? I'm not sure. We'll see when they come out of the timeout.
Oui, mais laisse ce shoot ici, là c'est trop facile. Ok? Et on prend le reste. On plonge pas partout. Par contre, n'oubliez pas, hein, qui dit des fois par exemple ici, je l'ai dit à Khadija.
2 turnovers on their first 2 possessions for Mali.
C'est pas possible. Elles sont froides, bien sûr qu'elles sont froides.
And 5 points off turnovers for Nigeria, so they go hand in hand when it comes to Nigeria. So the Senegal fans already piling into the arena here to get ready for their game. They wanted to see the first semifinal. Wouldn't it be a great thing if these fans were just all professionals and traveled and went to games all over the world and took their singing and dancing wherever they went? Of course, the Nigerians are here as well in good numbers. They've been backing their teams.
Well, Senegal and Nigeria men are both in the World Cup, so maybe the fans might follow, but I highly doubt they're going to make that long trip to China.
Oh, no, they'll be there. Wherever you go, you find Nigerians.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't believe it in Caracas, Venezuela, how many Nigerians there were in 2012. Tereda spins, turns, and she is just 3 for 3.
The same way Nigeria's coach, coaches all the way through, so does Mali. You'll see him running.
Ify Bekwe off the back of the iron.
You see him running with his team as they go on transition break when they come back out in the half.
Maiga in the game. She's spotting up in the corner over there. Koulibaly. Koulibaly's got to be a little quicker. She had the pass.
No, but look how deep she is. I think you even try and make a move there, but she does bring the double, so her teammates, Maiga does the good job as Maya there shoots her shot. She's doing well as also.
Here's Maiga, that's online, but it's short, but the offensive rebound and put back by Koulibaly. Wow, I have to say, this is the most impressive start that we've seen from her. And she goes to the line for a 3-point play, potentially.
Look at her, she takes her time here, good finish, high off the glass, and some emotion. These games, but this is a real big game. Whoever wins this goes to the final, so.
Look at this, they're not
emotion.
even gonna, Mali are just gonna go ahead and get back on defense. They're not gonna challenge for a potential missed rebound here. Look at where she lines up on the line as well. She's on the far left.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but it's not often what you see. Ify Bekwe tied up by Tuti.
Really good job there by Tuti, not calling the foul, and she gets the possession arrow.
You were looking at one of the most glamorous, one of the funnest players, one of the most enjoyable players. She's got the ball in her hands right now. She's got the rock. And I think if they go on and finish top of the podium, they should be serving up the Tutti Frutti ice cream in Mali for all the fans for free. There's Koulibaly. Of course, they've got a long way to go before that happens. Yengifa.
She's not happy with that foul. Let me see this. As she boxed out, her arm was just trapped and wrapped around the offensive player of Mali.
Yengifa played I guess she lived the dream, didn't she? She's from Los Angeles. She played at UCLA. And Tereda shows she's human by missing.
Also, Victoria Holly was just sucked in. And she had some great minutes from Nigeria off the bench. But look for her. She has the ball right here.
29 years of age, making her debut. Kalu, and all because of the offensive rebound by Akator.
Yeah, and the press still happens. A light press, they drop back, but Nigeria, as soon as they score, they turn around and defend.
Maiga, right into the hands, but then almost forcing a turnover. Foul called on Tudi. Gandega.
Yeah, you saw there Tutu putting her hands on Kalu there, hitting her three. She is definitely warming up. She starts hot, really. Every game I've seen her.
Yeah, it's Kalu and really Akator are arguably, reliably the most consistent on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I'm an Elenu fan too.
Oh, sorry, of course, Elenu. Well, while we're at it, why don't we say Bekwe as well? All four of them.
Yeah.
Actually, let's just say them all. Every player.
Yeah, okay. Well, they have had a wonderful tournament throughout every game, really showing off all their stars on their bench players, all their starting five. They've really played very, very well this tournament. So.
Oh, wow. Kalu took it away from Tudi Gandega. Oh, she gets rejected by Torreira. Get out of here, she says. But Kalu's going to keep coming at you. And now Torreira has been called with an unsportsmanlike for throwing an elbow to get some space.
The promise
Amukamara. And this is what happens when you play Nigeria. They are on you like white on rice. Wow, might have been a foul there. But 2 shots and possession for Promise Amukamara.
There's only 1 foul on Maya, right? Maya, yeah, only 1 foul. But still, that's not what you want. And unsportsmanlike, I guess. And also, Nigeria will get the possession back here.
Exactly, for the unsportsmanlike foul. So, timeout on the floor with 4:22 remaining in the first quarter.
Perte de balle et rebond offensif, c'est là où elles sont en train de nous bouffer. Hey, Khadija, Touti est là, en duel, t'es derrière. Même si ta zone c'est celle-là, faut y aller. Faut switcher, faut aller au ballon. Faut pas rester statique là et là. Hein? Allez. You push first.
Really, that last sequence, Azania, was symptomatic of what all teams have faced. As you look at second chance points there, Nigeria are in your grill, and they take over games with their defense.
They sure do, and they're so relentless. We've seen games in this tournament where they have pressed the whole 40 minutes. They do not let off the steam or the pedal.
Promise Amukamara gets one of 2.
As soon as Nigeria score, look to them to turn around and instantly defense as his fan's got a Nigeria flag stuck to his head.
In a way, watching Nigeria play, it's kind of like watching other teams play the USA. It's just, you have to play almost perfect basketball to beat them. It's kind of the way the feeling is.
Yeah, they're only going to beat themselves if they're going to lose.
So here's McCauley. And the pass off the right hand of Ibekwe. Of course, a lot of the Nigerian players are Nigerian Americans. McCauley played at Temple. And traveling is the call on Nasira, and Kalu takes it away. And did you hear that roar like a tiger coming from Kalu? Look at that. Yep, she definitely shuffled her feet. Yep.
Good call, referee.
Promise And Koulibaly with the rebound now quickly up ahead, and Maiga lays it. Oh, she missed the layup. That was a perfect situation. Best way to beat press is to hustle down, and instead Nigeria come down and score. Tuti Gandega, bounce pass. Good pass. And they're getting their looks. They're just not knocking them in. Amukamara.
Yeah, Nigeria is putting on an offensive show right now. They know how to fill it up really, really quickly. Already at 21 points.
Tuti. Look at him. They got to shoot it. Micah gets it off in time. Gets it to go. The basketball god smiled on her there, but she is a good shooter.
She is a really good shooter and has played great minutes for Mali in the previous games in this tournament. So good little shot there. She had to. And they stay in this zone.
Good hands that time by Tereda to knock it out of Macaulay's hands. Now Kalu from the arc. And it just gets more and more pressure for them. Nasira brings it up. Hands it off to Tuti. And it's a Bekwe that has the assignment on Tuti Gandega. Oh, another turnover against Maiga.
Kalu.
And Kalu drives in, puts pressure on Nasira, and she will go to the line. They're not handling the pressure, are they?
No. You can always guarantee Kalu is going to come to play. You never, she doesn't need time to heat up. She is such a good player here. Unfortunately, not making the play, but she is always at the rim, stealing the ball, getting rebounds. She's a great player for Nigeria. You can always rely on her. But the pressure is definitely getting to Mali, Jeff. It's tough, and it won't stop. They're going to be relentless. They're going to play 40 minutes press. So Mali has to find a way to handle the ball and get the ball over the line and set an offensive play up.
So Kalu must be quite possibly the most underrated point guard, and they did call the unsportsmanlike, which was why. And so that's the second time. That's the third unsportsmanlike foul called on Nasira Traore in the last two games. So they're saying that she did not play the ball, and she does.
There's no fines in this. That is 3.
If she picks up another one, she'll have to leave the game. That's what happened yesterday.
Oh, if she gets another unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, you're only allowed
2.
No, you're allowed one unsportsmanlike, and if you pick up another one, you're gone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're allowed 1, but on the second, you're out of there.
Njae in the game for Traore, number 66, and now a pass from Elonu to Macaulay goes out of bounds. And Sarah Agoke in the game, number 7.
Here comes the trap.
Njae. Look at the hands. Amukamara. Agoke. And the pass goes out of bounds. 25-12, Nigeria in front. Obviously not an insurmountable edge, but the game needs to be played a different way.
Amukamara tells her teammate, shoot it, you're wide open. But she said she wasn't open. But that goes into a turnover, goes back to Mali's way. Let's see if they can get something here in the last 1 minute, 18 seconds.
Koulibaly, number 12, Adama Koulibaly in the game. Now Maiga. And Njae, where she did some damage yesterday. And you can't have these cute, clever passes. Nigeria just not going to fall for it. They're going to be ready. And Agoke, her shot goes over the backboard. Well snatched by Maiga. Now, quickly up to Njaye. Goes right at the defense, and Nigeria still get it back. Now Agoke. Imovio, who's come in, denied.
Big swap there by Victoria McCauley. Sparked their offense.
Pereira for the jumper. Good effort on the boards, but McCauley comes down with it for Nigeria. No-look pass into Imovio. Good effort, and now they've got time to get a shot themselves. A little surprised Nigeria didn't hold it for one. Shot clock about to expire. Pudigandega, and a foul called. It's only Nigeria's third, so if there's only 0.2 seconds remaining, it's going to have to be something thrown to the rim, really.
Well, we have seen today Angola having 0.8 seconds, getting a quick shot off and winning the game.
Koulibaly being guarded by McCauley. Maiga, that was a long 0.2 seconds, but Hewley's team is up by 13. He's not going to have too much to say about that. The Nigerian fans are in festive mood, and for good reason. Their team is on top here at the end of the first quarter in the first semifinal of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Dakar, Senegal.
Well, here are the first quarter stats. All Nigeria, 4 from 10, 40%. And then 4 from 10, also shooting 40% from the three-point line. And then 0 from 5, Mali struggling from the three-point line. They're 6 from 12, 50% from the 2. But it's all Nigeria as they press and put it on Mali, putting up 25 points in that first quarter. Only 12 for Mali, really struggling to score. But truly, it's that press of Nigeria just turning Mali over.
Well, just as a reminder, the top 6 teams at this FIBA Women's Afrobasket clinch places in the Olympic pre-qualifiers. Remember, the Olympics will be in Japan next year. So we already know those teams. It's the semifinalists. It's host nation Senegal, Mozambique, Nigeria, Mali, and also earlier today, Democratic Republic of Congo and also Angola booked their places.
And Nigeria has talked about not only winning this tournament, but going on to getting into the Olympic Games and really making a name for themselves in that tournament also.
And really they should, on the evidence from what I've seen. Here's McCauley. Elenu inside to Imovio. Over to Agoke, and she stepped out of bounds. I mean, when you consider, Azania, that Nigeria already reached the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and the team that beat them was the USA, I mean, how far might they have gone had they not played the USA at the quarterfinals? This is a powerhouse that's waiting to happen in women's basketball. Pudigandega over to Adama Koulibaly.
You're so right about that, Jeff. If they had a better draw and they're on the other side of USA and maybe see them in the semi-finals. Wow. Anyway, they have a bright future.
Macaulay trapped. Better from Mali defensively. Promise Amukamara over to Elonu. Oh, she hits that all day long.
Yeah, she does.
We call that the Elonu spot.
Yeah, that 15-footer for her is definitely her go-to. That is in her pocket every time. She doesn't miss that.
Tootie, bounce pass. Tereda. Amukamara over to Agoki, and the ball got away from her. And then Jaya came down and took the ball. And don't look now, but most of the starters for Nigeria getting ready to come back into the game, and that is a frightening thought.
Yeah, he's subbing 4 players as Tuti shoots his 3, and Victoria for a big rebound, but he's subbing 4 players.
Oh, what a pass to Elonu from Promise. Amukamara. 29-12. They're taking apart a good Mali team right now.
Yeah.
And they're making it look easy. Pereira drives in, and the foul.
And not many teams in this tournament or even in the world can sub like this. 4 great players coming in for another great players that are on the floor. So Nigeria does. This is why I had my money on Nigeria to repeat, because nobody has a bench like Nigeria.
Elonu, a real star for this Nigeria team. We just saw her and Pereira doing everything possible. But this is one of those games for Mali where you get layups, you got to make your layups.
Yeah, they have to have a perfect game.
You get to the free throw line, you got to make your free throws. You can't turn the ball over. Elonu gets it over to Yengifa. Yengifa. Back to Elonu. And Yengifa with the rebound. And you can't give away the rebounds either. And they're still getting it back. And look at that. A three-point play opportunity. And it's their offensive rebounding juggernaut, Eveline Akator, who is just piling on the misery.
Yeah, and that was 3 offensive rebounds. Look, she misses the first one, stays with it, and the second one, and gets the and one. That was the 3rd offensive rebound. So if Mali, they've got to box her out. She is a rebounding machine.
Well, she's got 6 points, 5 rebounds.
And here's the press again for Nigeria. Maybe a trap too if they can get them in the right place. Here they go.
And Kalu called for the foul. So having checked into the game for Mali is their number 5, Asatata Bubakar Maiga. We'll just call her AB Maiga.
All right, Jeff. Just give
is that okay with you, A?
Just giving her new nicknames.
Well, there's Kalu. Thinking, why has that been called on me? And look at that, the inbounds pass knocked away by Elonu, and it leads to an Ibekwe layup.
Yeah, Mali's struggling to even get the ball inbounds.
Oh, the handoff to Koulibaly. Now, great job by Koulibaly. You see that? She gets it, she keeps the ball up high, and she puts it up and in.
You have to keep the ball high in that standpoint, because you've got Kalu and Elenu just waiting to steal it. Look, you see Elenu right there ready.
Interestingly, with Koulibaly, this kind of game appears to suit her.
Yeah, it's physical. She likes the physical play. She likes, when she's posting up, somebody defending her hard. She's doing well for them.
And she gets it to go, so 34-17. Or is it 34-16? Excuse me. I think they have it. There you go, 34-16. Good defense. Oh, and that's going to be an unsportsmanlike as well, clearly. Obvious. They can look at this if they wanted to.
Mohammed apologizes.
Look at this. She's not playing the ball. She's reaching over and tackles her. So that will be 2 shots and possession. Njae. I mean, I'll tell you, Muhammad is a lot of player as well, and she's like coming into that 3rd line for Nigeria.
Gotta make free throws, Jeff. Gotta make free throws.
You're preaching to the converted. She makes 1 of 2. It's 34-17. Oh. That's just not acceptable, really. That is a horrible turnover. Unforced. Ibekwe from the right, and nobody boxing out. Elonu. What's Koulibaly talking about?
She's upset about something. She's asking Krishna. She showed the referee, this is what's happening to me, please. She's angry.
Well, I like the emotion, really. Maiga picks up the foul.
Wow, she pushed the referee.
Watch this.
Yeah, she's talking. You know what Koulibaly was talking about was the possession before. Mohammed was on her back when she turned over the ball. She's saying she's pushing me in the back.
Elonu misses the first one.
And misses the second.
But an offensive rebound. Incredible. Ibekwe. Shot clock about to expire. Are they aware? Yes, they were. And Kalu not successful. Now, A.B. Maiga.
Their defense is on a string.
Good! Rattles it in from 3-point range. Just a little bit of hope with that shot being made by Njae.
Well, the Senegal fans are cheering for Mali, that's for sure.
Well, I think they want to see a game.
Nigeria's defense is really wonderful, really spectacular, moving.
Now, the good hands of Maiga, and it leads to a turnover. Beautiful bounce pass to Nasira, and the wraparound to Maiga goes out of bounds. Kalu thought about it. Elonu for 3. Offensive rebound, Muhammad. And Muhammad travels. Shows good sportsmanship. Helping up the opponents and her teammates. So she can pick up several people at the same time. Big, strong player. She played at the World Cup as well. Now, A.B. Maiga. Over to Nasira. And she passed over to the other Maiga. And Maiga hits the baseline jumper. Wow, they're showing some composure here. They've given themselves a chance to get back into the game when it looked like Nigeria had already run them out of the gym.
Yeah, they definitely are. Good shot by Maiga, wide open. She has to hit those.
Good quick hands. Kalu fakes the pass. Oh, what a shooter's roll there. Maiga. And that's the right idea, but maybe a little bit out of control. She's not going to be able to finish it. And Kalu to the other end. And Nigeria at the rebound. Finally, Maiga gets it.
Look for a little trap here. Nope. Mali gets out of it.
Good pass. Nasira. And that's the difference. 4-on-1 break now. Akator goes all the way. That's going to be a charge. Nope. And
she should have potentially maybe faked and passed. Because she did have 4-on-1.
She was under the cylinder. That's why they didn't call that, wasn't it? She was in the keyway.
Yeah, but then it should have been a. Oh, okay. So you mean instead
Why
of
they
a
didn't call it
charge?
charge,
Okay,
yeah.
yes.
Njae puts it up, and good job boxing out Maiga. What a great job. I mean, you know what? It's not how big you are, it's how you do it.
How tough you are, Jeff.
That's why no matter what you say, whatever you try to do, you can't run me out of this commentary booth. I'm not going anywhere, Azania. I'm boxing you out.
Watch
Look at
these
Maiga.
elbows. Well,
I think it's a loss to take Njae out of the game. I mean, she's been tough.
yeah, and Maiga, they're not in foul trouble, are they? Nope, they're not. Only Mai Traore has 2. Traore, should I say.
Maiga, these are the areas, again, where they need to play near perfect basketball, and they're not. 3 of 7 at the line as a team.
They miss another one, Jeff. They are 38% from the line there. 3 from 8.
Into the corner to Bekwe. She steps in, doesn't go, and Koulibaly pulls it down. Ooh, shaking and baking, Maiga. Traore banks it in. Wow.
That was a lovely turn of events for Mali there. They're back in the zone. I need them to be a little bit more active for me. More hands, or they'll just get easy buckets like that. Luckily they
Kalu
missed.
this time denied. Boy, what a great job that was by Traore not to turn it over. Pereira turns, scores! Look at that, back to an 11-point game.
She did that all by herself.
Kalu over to Bekwe.
Good rebound by Mohamed.
Kalu again. Another offensive rebound. 3 offensive rebounds and free throws now for Bekwe.
They're never going to give themselves a chance to win if they're giving up 3 offensive rebounds every possession. Jeff, please. Do I need to scream from here?
Yes, you do. They've got 13 offensive rebounds, 14 offensive rebounds now, Nigeria, to 7 offensive rebounds for Mali. And they're out rebounding them 27-18. It's those areas where the USA are very similar as well, in that 10 points off turnovers for Nigeria, just 3 for Mali. Now their biggest lead though has been 21 points, and right now it's 11. So you have to say that Mali haven't in fact really kind of like turned the tide a little bit.
Yeah, and imagine if they would get the rebound after the first possession. They're letting Nigeria get 3 rebounds. So imagine if there's one shot, it's a miss, and they get the rebound, how close, and hit their free throws. They're 3 from 8, I think the last stat that came up.
If he makes the first, not the second, and Traore dribbles around, but then what was she doing there? Was she trying to make the pass?
I think so.
Kalu over to Elonu. Boy, she's money in the bank.
They play so well together on offense and defense.
Diallo. And Nasir takes it from 3. Mukamura loses it, so it goes back to Mali. Tutti back in for the final minute and a half of the first half. Mukamura reaching in. Pereira crosses it over to Koulibaly. Bekwe to Promise. Good job. Nasira Traore. Pereira, oh boy. Really impressed by her.
Yeah, her 15-footer right now is unstoppable. She's really turned up and showed up for her team.
More times than not in this tournament, she has really played like a captain. Difficult circumstances. Really put her team on her back. Elonu rather, and into Macaulay, and she banks it in.
Real nice possession there against the zone for Nigeria. Way to be patient, good passing between the players.
Final seconds ticking off the clock in the first half. Tutti, they're gonna have to launch it. Are they aware? She did not get it off in time. So Nigeria, having led by as many as 21 points, they go to halftime up 42-28. And have they called a foul before this? This was Macaulay, by the way, on her last possession, on Nigeria's last possession. And Lauti running out onto the court, I think arguing that he felt like a foul had been called. He just wants to make his point. Quite a colorful character. I'll tell you what, he's not short of words in the press conference. Ask him a question and he'll talk for 5 minutes. But right now, it's Nigeria that's doing all the talking with their play. They lead it 42-28 at halftime over Mali. Well, Lauti is upset. I think he thinks that there was a foul that was called, but then they wiped it away because maybe time had expired. But anyway, what about these statistics?
Yeah, Mali only shooting 1 from 9, 11% and 11 from 24. So that's just not doing it. But well done for them to get back in this game. 29 rebounds for Nigeria and 21, but 8 steals for Nigeria. I did warn you about Kalu and Elenu stealing those balls. There you see Kalu at the top. She's leading her way, 13, and then the other, her punch is Elenu with 6. Their vet. She's playing very, very well for them. So it's all Nigeria's game. They're only going to beat themselves, in my opinion. They're finding great ways to score against Mali's zone. They definitely practice their zone plays. But overall, I think it's all Nigeria. Mali's done a great job to not let them blow it out.
Well, they did blow it out. They did a great job of bringing it back to within 11. But yeah, it's a tall order right now. And you wonder when Hewley says there's more and more players that want to play for Nigeria now. But I'm just wondering where are you going to put them, because they look pretty loaded to me. Anyway, they are on top 42-28 at halftime on Mali here in the first semifinal of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket in Dakar, Senegal. We shall be right back. 42-28, Nigeria on top of this Mali team. Boy, Torreira, though, she's had herself a good game. 11 points, all scored under pressure. I mean, where would they be without her today? It would be even worse. We have seen Mali compete, really, over the last 10 minutes, but early on it was Azene Kalu and Nigeria that just raced into a big lead. She has 13 points. They led by as many as 21, but right now that lead is 14. Well, I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Zania Watson, formerly Stewart, the Great Britain international Olympian, once an Olympian, always an Olympian, and they need to have that Olympic spirit, don't they, Mali, if they're going to come back and win this game.
That's for sure, Jeff, because I think Nigeria will come out here like they did in the first quarter, pressing, trying to turn Mali over, getting quick buckets. Elenu, yet again, Kalu will try and steal the ball. I think they'll come out with a breath of fresh air after that timeout. They've rested. They will turn it all the way up here, and Mali has to be ready for this. Look, coach on his board saying pressure, pressure. That is all he's talking about, and that's all he wants.
Coach Lauti is, I think, under the circumstances, he's done a great job, because it looked like they were going to be behind it by 50 early, and he called a couple of timeouts. You know, his players need to make those open shots. They got to make those layups, and they just can't throw the ball away. They got to be aware. Nigeria have those long, active arms and hands. Here's Torreira. Boy. Again, tough move. She doesn't get it, but they will maintain possession.
Good defense by Nigeria. It's even tougher to get the ball in. Nigeria is just D'ing up, switching, and Mali is really struggling to even get the ball in.
Nasira gets it to Koulibaly. Oh, and Koulibaly was trying to hand it off to Kalu. Excuse me, she was trying to hand it off to Hatudi, and Kalu got involved. 11 on the shot clock. And Torreira able to get it back. She passes it to Koulibaly, and she's fouled by, is it Kalu?
Yes, but do you see why she swiped at the ball? The referees have shown they're going to call that even if you don't touch her. Let's see this in slow motion. Look, she doesn't really hit her much, but because there's such an aggressive swipe, the referees are inclined to call that.
Now she's gone back to the middle of the free throw line, Koulibaly.
Oh, she has.
She was on the left side of it at the beginning of the first half, or at the beginning in the first half when she took her attempts. Although, to be fair, up to now, before tonight, she'd been in the middle, so I don't know what she was doing. But anyway, 13 points to lead for Nigeria.
She's 2 from 4 from the free throw line, so maybe she might go back or stay in the middle.
Macaulay on the baseline, short.
Possession arrow stays with Nigeria.
Akator just does not give anything away.
She doesn't. I'm really enjoying watching her play. She works really, really hard. Look at her there, fighting for the ball with Koulibaly there. She's not giving up any extra possessions. She is working hard for Nigeria. Well, more Senegal fans.
Yep, get ready for it. You told me your ears were ringing when you went to bed last night.
Yeah, I think I'm slightly deaf. I think that's...
I'm going to pull for Senegal. I'm going to be pulling for Senegal basketball the rest of my life after watching their fans. They deserve it. They got great support. Any team that has that much love for their fans must have something good about them.
Easily 10,000 people in here last night, and we'll do the same again.
Oh, good hands from Diallo, number 19. Adjusting her jersey.
She has such a baby face, doesn't she?
Kalu misses. Nobody boxes out Macaulay. Here's another chance. And again, Nigeria getting time and time again, getting the basketball. They're going to score eventually. Akator out to the perimeter to Ibekwe for three. And Macaulay again hits it over to Yengifa.
We talked about this in the first half. Nigeria killing Mali on the boards.
Look at Akator. And finally, Terera commits herself to the rebound and gets it. And a reach and a foul. What's Hewley doing right now? He's experimenting with lineups. Oh, that was close for the Ibekwe. They called the foul on Macaulay before. So Macaulay goes out and Elono comes in.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You can sub who you want. They're all just as good as each other as we've seen in the first half.
Oh, look at that. Deny defense from Ibekwe, and now she's going to race down and has the ability to stop and make the layup. She makes it look easy. Great play by Ife Ibekwe. Nasira goes to the basket strong, but her finish wasn't there.
Nigeria's defense once again just making
Gotta
it
shoot it.
so
They don't have
difficult.
time. Did they get it off in time? Yes, they did. Just in the nick of time.
Koulibaly there gets that shot up with seconds left. Well needed basket by Mali.
Jump shot from Yengifa. Another offensive rebound. And finally, Mali come up with the basketball. Haven't said that too much today. Here's Tudi. Nasir pulls up. I'd almost rather see Tudi shoot it on the break
Me too. We've
than
seen
end up
her.
with Nasira.
Yeah, we've seen her pull up in transition. So I don't know.
I mean, if you're going to have somebody shoot it, Elono, meanwhile, just goes down to the other end.
She'll shoot it. That's her shot. That 15-footer.
Diallo hands it off. Koulibaly, Terera. This time, nope. Elono over to Kalu, and Ibekwe lining up here on the right, but it's going to be Akator who goes in for the layup and is fouled by Koulibaly.
Such a nice move here from Akator. Catches it high. See if we get an extra look at it. If not, she catches it high. Here it is. One dribble, puts the ball on the floor, and Koulibaly slaps her in the back of the head and has to come out, as she has, let me have a look. She has only 2 fouls now. Or is that her first? That's her first.
For Mali, Traore has 3 fouls. Akator makes the first free throw. And she's the only one, really. Second one is good as well, and the lead now 17 points.
Here comes the press.
Micah back in. Here she is. Diallo. Alty's going to get a timeout on the next dead ball. Elono over to Ibekwe, passes it up and just goes in for the layup and misses. Now the quick pass to Nasira. 3 on 3. Diallo's open. She's got to take it and she's got to make it. Back to 14.
Wonderful shot there.
14, yeah.
She takes a dribble to set her feet on that one. She was wide open. Way to bury it. Great job by Elenu. You see she seals the backside of the zone there. Mali's playing a 1-2-2 zone and she just seals the backside. Easy bucket for her. Wonderful job. She is carrying on and helping Nigeria.
Diallo stepped inside the arc. Now Kalu. Tootie, open floor. To Pereira. Sierra back to Tootie. Diallo for three. Good! She can shoot it.
She sure can. Back to back, Jeff.
Twice Lauti has signaled for a timeout, and each time he's had to wave it off because of Diallo three-pointers. He did highlight her before this tournament as a player that could hit the three-point shot, but it was only late after a couple of games did she start even taking shots. Quick pass. Somebody lost Yengifa, and then she misses the shot. Now quick for Tootie. She brings it back, and they're like, right, Diallo's got the hot hand, so we got to get her a touch.
And Nigeria can't lose her either.
Oh, Maiga. Here's Diallo. And the shot clock winding down. Oh, it went off of Akator. Akator says, no, it did not go off of me.
Timeout, finally, for Mali. Nigeria's doing a good job because Mali's changed their zone now. They went from a 2-3, now they're a 1-2-2. And Nigeria's doing a really good job getting the backside. You saw Elenu there seal it. They've missed a fair few shots, but Mali's still in this game. Nigeria, we've seen them previously in the tournament put teams away very, very early, but Mali's not giving up. They're staying with it.
Oh no, they're going to die for the victory. They just may not get it. To see actually outscoring Nigeria in this frame, 9-8.
That's why I like 21, so we can get triple posts. But right now we got 3 guards here, you roaming up and down.
Rebounding.
Right now,
see any progress there?
What's one? Top 40.
Well, Hewley can only be pleased, but the only thing I'll say about it is really Nigeria getting up by 21. They haven't slammed the door shut yet. And ask yourself why that is. I mean, Mali's a good team, yes, but it seems like Nigeria could have slammed the door shut.
Yeah, but Mali's not just laying down and letting and crumbling to their pressure. They're staying with it.
Elonu and Nasira with the rebound. And that's coming out of a timeout. So good job by Mali. And Nasira doesn't need to be dribbling around, and then offensive foul.
Yeah, she's called for a carry on that one, but
oh, okay, sorry.
It's okay. It ended up being an offensive foul if they didn't call that. Yeah, she just gets her hand stuck under the ball.
That's just not good when you're down 13.
That's just not good. You're right, Jeff.
Tootie, yes. Give her the rock. Let her dance around. But she's the only one. Yengifa, or Kalu, excuse me, hitting a three.
She's just constant offense.
Yengifa's actually gone to the bench. Selonu, Kalu, Akator, Promise, Amukamara, and Sarah Goki. Koulibaly. Oh, Koulibaly falls down. Now Kalu again. To Akator.
Nice, strong move for Akator. For me, Jeff, Kalu could be up there with Italy Lucas and De Hetty for me in her, you know, cool points.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Alunus rejects Maiga and goes all the way. And the phrase, slamming the door shut, comes to mind. Timeout called by Lauti. Akator now with 10 points, 10 rebounds. A sensational effort from her. She's really set the tone early on, especially with her rebounding and hitting a couple of shots.
Sur le terrain de 3 points, exploser les choses, et c'est pas le moment de glisser les filles. Hein, tous les paniers qu'elles mettent, c'est pas sur du jeu placé, c'est sur la montée de balle. Revenez les filles, revenez. Allez, allez, allez. The ball gets near, you get near, huh? Give her that much respect. Here we go. Hey, they tight. Swim down.
Well, Nigeria just shout there, they're tired. Let's win them. So, they definitely smell blood here as they just go on a little run and open up the lead to 20. Very easy, just like that.
Yeah, they really did. Feels like Mali expended all that energy to get back in the game. They got it down to 11 points, but now they hung around, and now Nigeria have turned it up a notch. And it's going to take something special to get back into this one. Now the ball goes off the hands of Diallo. Bounce pass, and Amukamara will take a stroll to the free throw line.
And another steal for Elenu to start the break. Their Promise getting fouled.
What do you think about Amukamara? She's been pretty good, hasn't she?
Did you just want to say Mukumara? But no, she's she's a good little sub. A burst of energy, very, very fast. And Kalu begging for Mali tipped the ball out of bounds, but I don't think she's going to get it. Maybe. The referees are talking about it. Jump balls because they couldn't decide, so it goes to the possession arrow and it stays with Mali.
Well, Tootie gets it. Here's Diallo. Akator called for the foul.
It's only Akator's first. Got to get the ball in bounds.
Diallo gets it to Tootie. Nice change of direction. Back outside to Maiga. Njaye gets it to Koulibaly again. Diallo now to Maiga with the shot clock winding down. She turns and scores.
I really like Maiga. She's really patient with her shot. She's got a nice high arcing jump shot, so good for her. 6 points here, 3 from 5, 60%. Maybe she can get them going a little bit more. As Promise passes to Kalu.
And now Akator loses it out of bounds. A.B. Micah checking in for Tootie. Here she comes to receive the ball.
Kalu there clapping her hands. She wants the turnover.
Puts up a 3.
And here they come.
Promise runs the baseline over to Kalu. Good job. Now they've got numbers. 3-on-2 break. Koulibaly. And call for the charge.
That is so difficult as a post player. You can only go at one speed. And Promise right there. Mukamara just gets in the way and causes the charge. Let's see here. Bang. Yeah, good call. And that's a big hit and a big ask for Promise. And Mukamara, she is putting her body on the line.
Agoki for 3. Now Maiga. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in the third. And the reach and the foul on Agoki. So Njaye makes the first. This is the second. A little bit of time left. Somebody's going to have to launch it. Will it be Kalu? Did she get it off in time?
Wait, you know what? I think he heard a horn in the crowd before the actual horn.
Well, they can go and look at it. It was close. I didn't think they did, but...
Yeah, the Nigeria coach asking to look at the replay.
59-40, Nigeria on top at the end of 3.
Well, they're not going to go. What can they play? Here we'll see the quarter stats. 43% from 2, really doing well. Nigeria 3 for 13. Mali struggling at the 3-point line. They might need to get that going. Also 13 from 33, also struggling at the 2-point shot. So there's a minute left here. Mali's out here early. They're talking about what they need to do. They've got the right pieces, but Nigeria is yet again putting on the pressure, turning them over, and getting easy offense. You know what I like about Nigeria is that when they turn a team over, they capitalize on it. They finish their easy layups. They finish and punish and open up the lead more and more throughout the quarters. So 40-59 here, going into the final quarter of the semifinals.
Well, the winner will play the winner of the next game between Mozambique and host Senegal. And Senegal had better not take Mozambique lightly. They've got some talent in that team. Fourth quarter underway, and Nigeria looking to put the finishing touches on what has been a very good game, and an offensive foul.
Ooh, that was a great pass by Mukamara. Akador under the basket, so sadly, look at this. Gets it off. Just pushes in the back a little bit there.
Oh, if they're going to come back, it's got to start now. Diallo has hit a couple of threes. Now Maiga. Njae can shoot it, and she puts it into the hands, but then Diallo gets it right back. Njae. Now Mukamura over to Kalu. Quick one, and here comes an opportunity. Njae drives in and draws the foul from Elunu.
Great drive down the middle there, putting pressure on Elenu there. Draws the foul, gets to the free throw line, but they have to capitalize on these free throws because they have been missing a fair few so far.
First one is good. Elenu played her college basketball at Texas A&M. Should mention that since I mentioned some of the others. Promise played at Arizona State. They all play somewhere. Both of them have been made, and it's back to 17 points. Down low, Yengifa catches it back to Kalu, and the former Savannah State star hits the three, and then has a little bit of trash talk.
And the referee warns her.
And I think Julio is telling her not to trash talk as well. Maiga, over to Maiga. Koulibaly, into Koulibaly. Maiga for three.
Yeah, Mali had to have a pretty much great catch. Have to have a perfect game to beat Nigeria. They can't leave any points on the free throw line. They pretty much got to hit every shot, and they're just not doing that this evening.
Probably have to say whoever plays them in the final is also going to have a perfect game.
I would have to agree with you, Deb. Or have the home nation crowd behind you. That could help too. That's if Senegal gets through to the next round. They're coming up next after this game.
So Nigeria in command, up 20 with 8:13 remaining. They won the title 2 years ago. Last year, they played at the World Cup in Spain and made it to the quarterfinals before falling to eventual champions USA. And here they are, looking good bets to repeat. Although they've got to finish off Mali tonight and then win another title game tomorrow. But they've been so thoroughly dominant, you just don't think anybody could bet against them.
Koulibaly still asking for that pushing foul. Now Mohammed is back in, but another turnover, and here come Nigeria.
Bekwe has it knocked away, and a Kalu hustles down. He can't stop the layup by Njaye. And kick ball by Diallo.
Really nice transition layup there for Mali. They need a few more of those. Oh, excuse me. Yes. 7 points for her there. Look at this. Still out in transition. Very, very quick. And a nice finish, and potentially could have been a foul, but good finish.
Ibekwe from the left corner, and the long rebound hauled in by Njaye, who again pushes it quickly, and then she is fouled by Kalu. And Lauti wanting an unsportsmanlike. I think he's clutching at straws there. Wow. It was a hard foul, though, relatively. I know you can see even harder fouls, but I've seen it called for that. I love how she hustles back to play defense, though.
She sure does. She doesn't leave many possessions.
They have called the unsportsmanlike.
Oh, they have. You're right. Everyone clears off the line. Makes the first.
That gets it back to 17. Now 16, and they maintain possession.
Coach over there, stressed out. No grace for him.
Maiga to Diallo, back to Maiga. Good, well. 62-48.
There's Maiga's high release jump shot that I've spoken about before. Really nice.
Yangifa open. Oh, that is a rally buster. Three-pointer. Maiga for three. About to ask for a timeout. Yangifa, look at that. Long arms of Macaulay. Brings it down. Oh, swatted by Koulibaly. Diallo open, so she's just going to uncork it. And then Muhammad knocks it out of bounds.
Nice block shot there from Koulibaly.
Pereira back in the game. Back to Maiga. Has to put up a prayer. Good pass to Muhammad. He goes to work. Follows up a missed shot. Koulibaly out. This game will she'll be better for having played in this game against this level of competition. Eleanor comes in as well for Yangifa. Ibekwe has it knocked out of her hands, but then gets it back. Wow.
She's definitely a tenacious player, doesn't give up. She's done that before in the first half. And the long arms of Victoria Macaulay again gets the turnover.
Ibekwe doesn't lose control. Former Arizona Wildcat. Are they the Lady Cats? Here we go. And Mukamara missing it from deep. Tereda up to Maiga. Into Koulibaly. She gets rejected by Eleanor. Excuse me, that's not Koulibaly, is it?
Nope. She's subbed out.
Or Maiga, no.
Turnover for Nigeria. Macaulay just couldn't grab it and hold the ball, but Mali has another chance here. There's just a hustle play there. And the block by Elenu, filling up the stat line once again. Great drive there. Causes Nigeria's defense to have to rotate too late. Gets the foul. Here she is.
That's it. It's Diakite, who I meant to say, number 32. 17 points of difference. 4 minutes, 23 seconds to go. Awfully hard to see the comeback, but all in all, 12 points, 10 rebounds, and she's gained a lot of experience from this game. It'll make her better. And if they don't come back, she'll have to get ready to come back and play in the third place game. Maiga playing good defense on Promise. Njai with the foul. Nope, it's Maiga. Good spin by Macaulay, and then she's swatted but fouled by Tereda.
That will be Pereira's fourth foul here. You might as well just leave her in. You've got 3 minutes left. If she fouls out, she fouls out. I'm not subbing her. If I'm the coach anyway.
She got a lot of ball in that swat. All's well in the Nigeria section.
Really enjoyed Victoria Macaulay's great minutes as she gets subbed out here. She has played very, very well. A good bench player, giving her team that spark, the energy. She gets rebounds, she gets easy shots. She does her post moves very well. Good minutes from her there.
Adefaroka has come in. Number 12 for Nigeria. Diakite hands it off to Tudi. Maiga over to Tudi. And Eleno, Adora Eleno has earned a trip to the line.
If I'm watching this and there's Eleno here, and I'm any coach, I'm going hard for Eleno. I mean, actually, she's played in Salamanca for many years in Spain, so I'm not sure where she's signed to this year, but no doubt that's why she's been there for so long, because she is a solid player. She's an undersized post, can play the guard, but she just works so hard, just like this one. Akator, she never gives up either.
Nice backdoor cut. Agochi punished for overplaying, but it's irrelevant at this point. Trailing by 19 points. Mali are going to need a miracle to catch Nigeria now. Akator falls down. Diakite picks the ball up and hands it off. And now Maiga comes down and is fouled by Eleanor. Well, if she's in Salamanca, I can't see why she'd want to leave. That's a great basketball club, and also it's a great part of the world.
Yep.
The Plata Mayor.
Lovely part. I always enjoyed going to Salamanca to play them. They have a great fan system. You know, they come with their little sandwiches at halftime. Really good environment. They've been EuroLeague for many years, but not EuroLeague this year, I hear. They're Euro Cup.
Do they come with bocadillos?
Anyway, I need to speak to her, see where she's going next season. She is a fantastic player.
Well, we know Maiga needs to work on her free throws. She's been off target on 4 tonight. Good defense by Diakite. And Agoke takes it away from Tuti. Adefaroka. Imovio. First 2 points for Imovio.
There's no letdown with this Nigeria team. Sabine Imovio, and she's on the board. A really great team this Nigerian coach has under his belt.
And Pereira misses. So the game getting closer to its conclusion. Nigeria in command. Adefaroka drives in. It's blocked. Diakite. Now the pass
Stolen
from
by
Tuti.
Promise. She promises to steal the ball.
And Agoke misses. Imovio just catches it, turns, shoots.
Foul. They're called. Could have been a jump ball. But Mali catch a break.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Here's Imovio. I think I've got a new nickname for Adefaroka.
Let me hear it.
Adeferocious.
Ooh.
It took about 3 or 4 years, having seen her play, but it finally came to me.
I like that one, Jeff. We'll keep that one.
Adeferocious. Diakite sinks the first free throw. Her first 2 points, Diakite. Adeferocious has it. Back to Yangifa. Just in case you need reminding, Yangifa can shoot the 3 ball.
She sure can.
Adama Koulibaly, or no, Rokia Dumbe. They need her to develop. She's got all the physical tools. She just needs to improve the skills. Rokia Dumbia has hardly played. Coming up on the final minute of the first semifinal of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket here in Dakar, Senegal, where we've had a magical week, both in terms of on and off the court. Rokia Dumbia with the rebound, looks to take it, and she hands it off to Tareda. Gets the shot blocked, and Imovio puts it up and in. Although I have to say it did start with a rather worrying call from you at 6 a.m. Waking me up in bed. Jeff, they've canceled my flight. What do? I'm at the airport.
I sure did,
And I'm
Jeff.
like, let me get my bearings here. Where am I? Who am I? Nice three-pointer.
Wow, that seems a long time ago, doesn't it?
It does. But you made it.
I did.
I made it. We all made it. And certainly Nigeria made it because they're about to advance to the final. They're leading at 79-58. And who would bet against them on what we have witnessed yet again? They have been in command. So Coach Lauti and Coach Hewley shake hands. The players shake hands. And I think we still have 2.1 seconds remaining. Got to play that to make it official. Just give the ball to Tootie. So that's how it finishes. 79-58, and Nigeria's title defense goes to the last game where they will play Senegal or Mozambique. Nigeria march into the final of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket here in Dakar. Well, get it on videotape, get it on your camera, whatever. Could be watching history as Nigeria start to show signs that they're going to go on a run in the FIBA Women's Afrobasket that, well, could make them the team to beat for a long, long time. Look at Kalu. She came out and has really turned it on again. Elonu, yet again, came out and turned it on. Akator came out and turned it on again. And it all means it's time for another photo.
Yeah, great win for Nigeria. Just a force to reckon with on both ends of the floor. Offensively, unstoppable. Defensively, they never give up. They got 3 offensive rebounds at one point, and there they are, 19 from 47, 40%. Getting to the line 22 times, 64%. Mali struggled along the line. Rebounds, Nigeria won that win. And 18 assists, 14 steals for them, only 5 for Mali. That is really the game. Turnovers, both pretty, not that many, but Mali had 21. And then we'll see the big teams here. The big players was Kalu, 19 points. She was amazing. A real leader for her team. For Mali, their veteran, I think, showed up today, which is good. Maya Claire, as you see her there with 14 points. Koulibaly with a double-double. She did her job also, but just not enough for this strong, relentless Nigerian team. They deserve to be in the finals. They are a very strong team all the way from the start to the finish, through 1 through 12, through coaching staff. They are a very good team all the way around. And it's all hugs, smiles, dances for Nigeria as they go to the finals.
Well, here's some of the shots on how they did it. You'll just notice whether it's hitting three-point shots, like this one from Kalu, or Mali getting that fast break layup, steal and layup, or getting a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of steals themselves. Nigeria, they just weren't going to be denied today. I think probably this Nigeria team is better than the one 2 years ago.
I would have to agree.
And they have the capacity to get even better.
They sure do. I spoke to coach and he said, we didn't even have that much time together. I wish we had more time. I said, what? More time? You look well polished. Very, very good intensity. But all these girls, all these ladies have a purpose and a goal. As Senegal come out to the floor for the second semi-final, as the crowd goes wild.
So Nigeria going for back-to-back, obviously sandwiching their World Cup quarterfinal appearance. And they're aiming for big things. I mean, they'll go through to the pre-qualifiers just like Mali, and they'll be hoping to get not only to Tokyo, but to get to the quarterfinals and the semifinals and the title game. They want to make sure they put their best foot forward and show the world how good Nigerian basketball can be. And when you got players like Kalu, well, you can be pretty darn good. So here's what's happened today. Democratic Republic of Congo and Angola won their classification games, so they have clinched Olympic pre-qualifying places. Nigeria now have won against Mali to advance to the final of this competition, and now it's going to be Senegal taking on Mozambique in what most assuredly already is a rocking and rolling Dakar Arena. So don't go away, folks. We'll be right back. Thanks for watching.